Hi, I'm Haley and welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited because today I'm doing a full face of brand new fun makeup. I have stuff from e.l.f., NYX, ColourPop, Glossier, just a full face of some really fun new releases for summer. I love the way this look turned out. So if you want to talk about some fun new makeup with me, keep on watching. Okay, let's get started. I'm gonna keep it kind of tight so we can see how everything looks. I've tried everything I have here at least a couple of times except for the lip products, but I'll get into, the amount of times that I've worn everything, my experience with them as we're going. So to start off, I picked up a couple of primers from e.l.f. I picked up the Stay Cool Primer Stick because I wanted to compare it to the LA Girl Let's Chill Hydrating Primer Stick. The packaging is very similar, the vibe is very similar, but I found these to be super different. I really enjoy the LA Girl one. It just makes makeup go on smooth. It's really easy to apply and it's a really nice product. The e.l.f. one I was not loving as much. Instead of being just a hydrating primer stick, it is super sticky, and I don't love really sticky primers like this one because I feel like I always end up over powdering with really sticky base products and then it looks kind of cakey or just overly matte in a way that I don't love. As well as this is actually cooling. The way that it says on the packaging, I didn't really love that feeling. If you don't like weird sensory things on your skin, I would not try this one out, and I just didn't love the way it looked on my skin or the experience of wearing it as much as I like some other primers. So of these two, I thought they were going to be really similar. Actually, before I had them side by side, I was like, did the manufacturer have a deal on the packaging? But the packaging is a little different. They're just pretty similar. And I think that Wet n Wild also has one like this now too. But when I purchased my order for this video from e.l.f., they also threw in the Poreless Putty Primer, which I have actually not tried before. I tried it out a couple of times before this video, but this is my first time using this. I actually really liked it. I get why it's popular, and I felt like it worked the best with the product that I was really excited to try, which was the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. So I'll get into this one in a minute, but I'm gonna go in with the Poreless Putty Primer because I felt like it worked the best with the foundation. So I'm going to start by going in with the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. I actually feel like e.l.f. has some really good and fairly priced makeup tools. So brushes, I have a powder puff here that I've been using for months that I absolutely love. I'm just going to dip into the primer with my brush. That's kind of just what I've been doing, and then apply it directly to the skin that way. I know that everybody has their preferred methods of using this product. I've seen people dig it out with their nail and then spread it on the skin. I just feel like this method is giving the lightest and most even coverage on the skin. I don't like building up primer super thick. I like it to be as light and as sheer as possible for it to work. That's just my preference. So just doing a very light layer of that on the skin. And then I'm gonna go in with the Soft Glam Satin Foundation. I picked up the shade 11 Fair Neutral. I had heard that this runs warm, so I wanted to go with the neutral. I am typically a fair or light neutral shade in foundations, but I can go warm, especially if I've gotten a little more sun. So I am really happy with this shade. I think it was a good choice and a good match for me. So I'm just going to apply a pretty light layer and then blend in. So you can see it's blending in pretty well. At first it looks like it's not gonna blend in, and on my hand it didn't blend in well, but it actually ends up looking pretty good. If you're fair and you're fair neutral, I would definitely recommend checking this out. I really like the finish. I like that it's satin and not ultra dewy like a lot of foundations have been over the last few years. That's not really my jam. So I like the way this looks on the skin. As you can see, it's not flat, and with powder, it's gonna matte up a little bit more. And one thing about this foundation is you can build it up. So I'm just going to add a little bit more on some areas where I need more coverage. I don't have a new concealer to try, so I'm just going to do a double layer on the areas that I want more coverage. And as you can see, it does actually build up on itself really nicely. It doesn't blend out or anything like that, or blend away or get patchy. So you can get kind of a little bit higher coverage by doing more than one layer if that's what you prefer. So I would say this is a solidly medium coverage foundation. I'm really enjoying it. I've reached for a bunch of times since picking this up, and I just am drawn to it. I like it. I like the way it looks. It's settling onto my skin really nicely. And like I said, it's not flat. It hasn't broken me out. I just feel like it's really nice, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm looking forward to using it more. I feel like I've already kind of gotten a dent into this product, but I'm really glad this came out, and I'm glad that I've gotten to try it. And then I'm also going to go in with another e.l.f. product that's new to me, but not new to the market, and that's the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. I don't always love loose powders, but I actually like this one quite a bit. It looks so nice and sheer on the skin. It is not, you know, overly heavy. The actual powder is so finely milled and is so pretty. I'm just gonna go in with the e.l.f. powder puff. I really love this shape for getting underneath the eyes, and you can see that just made everything matte but also nice. It's not like super heavy coverage or anything. Like, you can still see my skin texture and acne scars and things like that. I do find that I still prefer a pressed powder over a loose powder. I just feel like for me, I can control the amount and the placement better, but I do really like this product. It goes on really nicely with the e.l.f. powder puff. So if you have that one, or if you're looking for a powder puff, I really enjoy this one. I feel like it actually washes out really easily. You can't tell from this one because I just spot cleaned it super quickly before filming, but I think this is great. I believe it's like $6. So for the price, it's awesome. Even not for the price is awesome. So one thing about this, I'm noticing in the camera that it is looking a little bit yellow. So on the skin, I think the powder does oxidize or just get a little more yellow than it looks in the pan. So that is one thing to note, but overall I'm super happy with my base. Like I was saying, it still looks like skin, it's not flat, but I think it's really flattering and covers everything that I want it to cover without being an intense mask. And like I said, I really like that you can build it up and not have to use concealer with just a double layer, and I think it looks really nice. I don't have a new bronzer to try today, so I'm just going to go in with my REM Beauty Satin Matte Bronzer in the shade Send to Voicemail, which is a super great, fair skin friendly bronzer if you are looking for one. Just going to go pretty light with the bronzer because we have some blush, and I want to make that kind of the showcase of this look. So I have two blushes that I picked up. The first is the Essence Got a Crush on Apricots Aura blush. This is really pretty. It smells like apricots. I really like this one. It was super affordable, and it just provides a really pretty wash of color on the cheeks. If you're super fair and you're looking for a blush that, you know, prevents you from overdoing it because it's really light but can be built up a little bit, I would definitely go for this one. And then I also have the NYX Buttermelt blush in Sooner the Butter, which this color is absolutely so gorgeous. I love orange blush. I love orange. As you can tell, I just think these are so gorgeous, but they're super different from each other. I will insert a comparison because I think they're not necessarily for the same person. This one is somebody who likes a lighter, just throw it on and not have to worry about blending look, and this one requires a little bit more finesse. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with the Essence blush first and just do a soft wash of color over the cheeks just to show you what it looks like, and then go into the Buttermelt blush and kind of build it up from there because the NYX one is way more pigmented. So I'm just gonna go in with the Essence. As you can see, it's super light. That is with about 3 brush strokes worth on the cheeks, but you can see it is providing color. And like I was saying, I think it's really pretty, a super light wash, but I think this is great for people who are very fair. So as you can see, it's really light, but I really like the tone. I think this will be perfect for really light makeup days when I just want to throw on something easy, because that is really my MO a lot of the time. So I just like something that looks really pretty, a natural flush, and that's super easy to achieve with this one. So I really like this one a lot. Like I was saying, I think it's only going to work for certain skin tones, which is unfortunate, but the highlighter that came out with the collection is a lot more pigmented. I do like this, and I think this is a win overall. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with the Buttermelt blush. This one is a little more difficult to get a natural blend. I found it to be a little bit patchy, but again, I'm very fair and this is super pigmented. So I just went in with one very, very light swipe of the same brush, and you can see how pigmented it is. So I'm going to go in very, very lightly on the very top part of my cheek right there. And you can already see the where the color has deposited. So I'm gonna blend it a little bit with the other side to prevent getting more pigment. But then, so you can see as I blend it out, it doesn't apply super evenly, which I felt like was my main con with this one. It's very pigmented, but it can also be kind of patchy. You can kind of see it deposited like a lot like up there. So I'm trying to blend it out, but I'm gonna have to get in there with another blush. So I'm gonna go in very lightly on the other side as well and see if we can do this one a little more evenly. This one turned out a little bit better. You can see it's like kind of glowy, like it has some dimension to it. It's not super flat or anything like that, but you can definitely see that orange undertone there. I'm just gonna go in with the brush that I use for bronzer and kind of clean this up a little bit by blending it out. See, I feel like this side looks really nice. This side I can still see where it kind of deposited some of that powder up by my eyes. So I'm gonna go in with my foundation brush to kind of clean that up a little bit, and then just the powder puff again. So overall, I do like these. I prefer this one because I feel like it's just easy to create a really pretty effortless look. And this one is a little harder to work with. I'm gonna have to, you know, spend some more time playing around with this one, but I feel like it's maybe for somebody who has a darker skin tone or is a more advanced makeup user, because like I was saying, it's pretty and has a lot of dimension on the skin, but I feel like it's easy to make it look a little bit patchy, and I'm not loving that. Next up, I have the ColourPop Golden Hour palette. I was drawn to this one because honestly, I really wanted the Natasha Denona Golden palette, but I saw some mixed reviews and it's very pricey. So I picked this one up because I realized that what I really wanted from the Golden palette was just a very easy brown palette that I can just throw on and do some really quick and pretty and neutral looks. So this is what it looks like inside. I feel like there is a big range in the shades here in terms of quality. So some of the shadows are very loose and piecey, like this one, Golden Waves. On the eye, it looks a lot more piecey than that one. The standout I feel like is LA Sunset. This is this shade right here. Absolutely gorgeous, like really bright burnt orange shimmer right there. I think that's gorgeous. We're gonna do a look with that one today. I think the mattes are pretty nice. You can create a really easy look with this, and that's what I was looking for. So I have done a lot of looks with this palette at this point. I've had it for a couple of weeks. I feel like the quality is kind of mid. It's not super great like compared to some other ColourPop palettes that I have where there's a lot of really nice standout shades. Do I recommend this one? Probably not. But I think if you're looking for a, like I was saying, just a brown palette that's a good price, this could be one for you. But like I was saying, I don't think it has a ton of standout great shades or anything like that. So to start out, I'm gonna go in this shade In the Moment. This is just a NYX eyeshadow brush. So I'm just gonna tap into this one. As you can see, it's super powdery. I feel like that's very common with ColourPop mattes in general. And then I'm just going to go up here in the right above the crease. The lighter shades do blend really nicely, and I feel like I could get a lot of use out of this palette for those shades alone, if anything, because I feel like I end up reaching for shades like that very often. And then I'm gonna go in with this shade Dreamin' right here. I'm just gonna take a little bit on the same brush, and then I'm gonna blend that one slightly below where I had blended out in the moment. This is technically a sequin shade, so it does have a little bit of shimmer running through the matte, but I really like how that blended out so far. I actually think it looks really nice. And then with this little brush, it's a Sephora 24 Pro Crease brush. I'm gonna go in to Far Off, which is this matte shade down here, and then just add a little bit to the outer corner right there. And then I'm gonna go in with my favorite shade in the palette, which is LA Sunset, that beautiful burnt orange shimmer that I was talking about. I also picked up this brush from e.l.f. when I made my e.l.f. order, which is the eyeshadow C brush. I actually really like this. I feel like it's a really affordable eyeshadow brush, and I'm always looking for more of these flat shader brushes that I can just, you know, have a bigger collection of, because I go through them so frequently and I like to have a fresh, clean brush when I do my makeup. So I'm just gonna pack on that shade. It's kind of piecey when I pick it up, but then once I get it onto the eye, it blends out and becomes a really, really beautiful metallic shimmer. It takes a little bit to pick it up and blend it out, but you can see that really pretty gold shift. It's kind of like a red gold flip right there. One issue that I have with this is that this is very piecey in the pan, like it's coming off in chunks when I try and pick it up with my brush. So I don't love that. I feel like it's not super high quality compared to like indie shadows, but it's kind of like, I feel like at this point a lot of people know what they're gonna get with ColourPop, so probably no surprise there. Just gonna blend this one a little more. And then I'm gonna go back in with this NYX brush and pick up a Dreamin' a little bit again, and then blend this top part out. And then I'm gonna go in with this shade Glimmer right here on the inner corner. This is just a little Japanesque brush. I absolutely love this brush for inner corner. I took it out like a little bit too far, so I'm gonna go back in with this C brush that still has some of that LA Sunset shade on it and kind of bring these two together. Then I'm gonna go in with this shade Golden Waves right here, which is that shade that I was saying was super piecey, and I'm just gonna pick it up on this same brush because I want to keep it a little bit piecey, and then I'm gonna go over this top crease area with that to kind of bring up some of the glitter in that kind of piecey way, and just add more, kind of just like some of that more like sparse, loose glitter to add some shimmer back. Lastly, to finish up the look, I'm gonna go in with this small angled brush, also from e.l.f., and dip into 7 p.m. right here. Do a little bit on the lower lash line. The shade is super pigmented. Works great as an eyeliner shade, actually. Going a little bit of a wing out to kind of just like shape up this area on the outer corner of the eye. So this is the finished look. I actually like it a lot. I think it's pretty. I am not an eyeshadow expert, but I do like it. I love the tone. I think it's easy to just throw together a look with this palette because everything goes together. So you don't have to think that hard about what shadows to pair with each other. Everything just works. Like I was saying, is it super high quality? Is it super impactful? No, you'd probably have to go to the indie shadow world to get some of that. But I feel like it gives me what I'm looking for like in this moment, which is a very easy warm tone look. I will say all of these are super warm toned. Even if some of them look a little cooler in the pan, they pull very warm on me. So if you're looking for a more neutral, like in the sense of like cool versus warm palette, that's probably not the one for you. Do I recommend this? I don't know. It depends on the person. For me, I know I'll get use out of this, but it's not like super high quality or super special. So I also got this Big Mood mini mascara from e.l.f. when I made my order. This is what the brush looks like. It's pretty large hourglass brush. I don't love this. I feel like it doesn't leave much product on the lashes and it's quite hard to build up. As you can see, it's not super impactful. I'm gonna throw some on my lower lashes because I feel like it works well for that, because I don't love having a ton of product on my lower lash line. Just gonna clean up some fallout. One thing about the palette is I feel like the fallout isn't too bad. It's, you know, it's fine. So that was just very minimal. I'm gonna build up my lashes with some of this REM Beauty lengthening mascara. I really, really love this mascara. Purchased it multiple times at this point, but I did not love the Big Mood. So I'm gonna go in and kind of build this lash look up a little bit with this REM Beauty mascara. So you can see the difference already. Obviously I have two mascaras on now, but it really can build on itself in a way that the Big Mood mascara can't. So I'm really happy with the eye look. I like that quite a bit. So let's go into brows. I purchased two brow products. So the first one is this NYX Powder Louder Brow Pencil. I picked up taupe because the other shades didn't seem like they would work for me. First of all, we rarely see this kind of regular wooden pencil for a brow pencil anymore. I thought that was just interesting to know. I'm actually gonna sharpen this. I picked up the Glossier pencil sharpener when I purchased some of the lip products in this video, and I have to say I love it. Like, my NYX pencil sharpener was giving me so much grief. Like, it would just break apart and then like spill all over the floor, but this one kind of twists and locks shut, and I really, really like it. It's quite nice. So I gave that a quick sharpen, and I'm just going to fill in my brows. First of all, also the spoolie is kind of short. I like a little bit of a longer spoolie. I haven't had my brows done in quite a while. They need some help. So we're gonna see how this turns out. I have used this a few times. I've gotta say I did not love it, but we're gonna see. So I'm gonna fill in the tail. I will say I do like this powdery finish, and the pencil is easy to work with. It's easier to fill it in more quickly versus a super fine micro brow pencil. So you can see I already laid down the coverage essentially that I want on this brow. This brow is always a little bit harder. I feel like everyone always has one brow that's like more finicky than the other. So this one doesn't look as good. I'm going to go in with the spoolie side and kind of blend that out. Like I said, I'm not loving this one. I feel like my brows look better when I just do my regular go-to brow routine. Also when I have my brows done, not gonna lie, that is a factor. So I'm just brushing this back to kind of blend that out because the brow gel is clear. So we won't be able to build up anything else color-wise once we are done with this pencil. I feel like I made my face red by like going in with that too much. Gonna add a little bit more right there. I don't know, I feel like it's so easy to overdo it with your brows, which is why I normally try and keep it pretty minimalist when it comes to brows. Okay, so I think that's the best I'm gonna get with that brow pencil. Like I was saying, not great in terms of shape right now, but in terms of coverage, if you just wanna build on top of your existing brows, this might be for you. I don't think that this would work super well for you if you wanted to create hair-like strokes because the pencil is very thick, so it's hard to get a fine point on this. And this is me having just sharpened this, but I think if you just want to fill in the tail and just add some darkness overall, this might be good. I do like the powder finish, and I feel like taupe was a good shade for me, even though I normally go with ash brown for brow products. So still playing around with that, seeing what I think. We're gonna go in with the e.l.f. brow laminating gel. I'm not super into the laminated look, but I wanted to try this one out. I love a brow gel. This is double-ended, so you can see you have the brow gel side and the sort of comb side. It's kind of different from a regular spoolie, so I think that was cool and kind of innovative. I'm just gonna go in with the brow gel, keeping it brushed up a little bit. So this goes on very white, so you can see kind of the white residue from this, which I don't love, and I can see it in the comb also. I swear I don't have brow dandruff, but I'm just going to first of all try combing through it with the more finer comb side and brushing it up. That actually looks nice. I kind of like it. Normally I like shape my brows a little bit more, but if you like the laminated look but you don't want to get your brows laminated, I think this might work for you. So then I went and combed through everything. I feel like my brows are way longer on this one, so it looks kind of goofy, but I like the way this one turned out. I'm gonna go in with the thicker brush side and kind of just push everything up. Maybe I did that in the wrong order. I am not 100% sure. I kind of like it though. I'm gonna go back in with the little finer side because I like the look of that. It's not super even, and I'm not a laminated brow connoisseur. I feel like I'm just like looking at it too long, and now I think this one looks better. But this is like glue. I'm not somebody who has an issue with my brows staying in place. So I know a lot of people are like, I need my brows to stay up all day. That's not something I care that much about, so I don't know how effective this is for that. But for creating the laminated look, I think it works. I'm gonna go back in. I can't stop now. It's like once I started. Okay, I'm not hating this. I don't know. I don't know if laminated brows are for me, but I kind of like it. I like it with the slicked back hair. I feel like a big bushy brow, slick back hair is such a vibe and one that I enjoy. Okay, lip product time. I was super excited to see Glossier release a couple of cool things lately. I feel like they've been off their game, but I really liked this collection. It was kind of French Riviera themed, and they changed up their branding a little bit, which I thought was so cute. This is the original Ultra Lip, you know, classic Glossier branding. And then this is the new one for the summer at least, and this is so dang cool. I love this vibe. I think it's a really great direction for them, and I would love to see them switch up their branding a little bit more going forward, because I feel like at this point this is so iconic and it's been imitated so many times that it's almost become stale. So I love to see them, you know, changing it up. I love this color, obviously. And I was really excited to see new shades for the Ultra Lip because this is a formula that I really love. For reference, this one is in Trench in the original line. And then the new shades that they came out with were in Apricot and Deco. So this is Deco. Really pretty, darker shade. And this is Apricot. Are we having an Apricot girl makeup moment? We have the Got a Crush on Apricots blush, and we also have the Apricot Ultra Lip. I love this formula. It is so great. It's easy to wear. I feel like it was kind of like the precursor to those click up gloss sticks that were huge recently. And the packaging for this is perfect because it can sit flush with the component and not melt or anything like that. This is just a really great product and one that I've really enjoyed. This one is actually almost done. If you see it rolled all the way down. So yeah, big fan of the Ultra Lips. I think they're really pretty and easy to wear if you like a glossy lip, but with a little more coverage than a lip gloss. And then they also came up with some lip liners recently. I only picked up one shade. This is in Grays, but I was excited to see these. I love to see them release new products because like I was saying, I feel like they relied on their core products for so long that it kind of became stale, but I still really love Glossier. I think they have great formulations. So I love to see this direction for Glossier. I feel like it's really fresh and I feel like it keeps them in the conversation in a way that they haven't really been over the past few years because I love when they kind of innovate and do new things. They always have their own twist, and that is something that I really appreciate. So I'm gonna go in with the lip liner in Grays. This is the only product that I have not tried. Ooh, this is really smooth. I don't always love super smooth lip liners, but this one is really nice. It is kind of a little bit more beefy than a lot of creamy lip liners. It was hard to rub off the swatch when I was shooting the swatch footage. So I think this will stay pretty nicely. I only picked up one shade because this was the shade that I was most interested in, but this is like the perfect shade for me. I love this kind of lip liner. I really love NYX Free Spirit, and this is very similar, but the formula is super different. This is a lot smoother. It's sort of more like a gel cream. Okay, so that's what we have. This went on super nicely. I'm really excited to get more use out of this because like I was saying, this is like my perfect color. I normally prefer a little bit of a firmer lip line, but this is nice. It's not like smearing all over my mouth or anything like that. So really excited for that. So of the two shades, I think I'm gonna go in with Apricot, which is the lighter shade, and then see if I wanna build up with the darker shade from there. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. It goes really well with the liner. Ooh, that's so nice. I love the level of coverage. It's glossy, but it still sticks to your lips. It's not super slippy like a lip gloss. This is so nice. I'm really happy with that. Like I was saying, I already knew that I loved the formula, but love to see new shades. I'm gonna dab on a little bit of the darker shade. It goes really well with the look we have going. Like I was saying, I love orange for summer, and I think this is so pretty. I think it's so much easier to wear than like a red lip or like a matte orange lip. I love this. Okay, so this is the look. I really like it. I love the new Glossier Ultra Lip shades. These are so great. I also really love the Glossier lip liner, and I'm loving the soft Glam foundation. So I would say the lip products from Glossier and the e.l.f. foundation are the stars of this video. Really, really loving how everything is looking and really happy with how it turned out. Love the tones. This is so me. I love this kind of orangey, warm tone makeup look, especially for summer. As we get into like August, I think this is gonna be great. I think maybe play with adding a little more bronzer when I do take on this look again, but overall really, really loving this. Let me know down in the comments below if you are picking up any of these. I know that the e.l.f. one is super hyped on YouTube right now, but I haven't seen as many people talking about the Glossier product, but I really think they're standout. Super happy with them. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this kind of content, I hope you'll stick around and subscribe. And always, thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day. Bye.